BD5 Pilot with you out at the Hillsboro hangar on a Sunday, and getting some good things accomplished today with the instrument panel, bracing it, and then doing some work on some cutting I'm going to do in a wing to get a magnetometer mounted. So you can see from the back side, I've taken some 40 thousandths aluminum, made a bracket out of it where I just bent it 90 degrees, and then trimmed it to fit so it would create the sturdiness that I need when I press these buttons. Now I don't have this thing move, so that's nice and sturdy now. Plus it gives a little extra support to the carbon fiber that I'm using for the instrument panel itself, so hopefully that'll make that a little more sturdy. I worked on the wingtips. We've got the little clear covers for the landing lights, almost in their final configuration. I've got to pull that back apart, clean it up, because I've got to paint the wingtips, but that's nice and smooth. Doesn't have the cleco sticking out anymore, and the stainless steel screws that I got for mounting the wingtips are actually fitting much better than the earlier ones, where these are little shorter screws, so I don't have to go down as far into the fitting that I did before, because it was wanting to tighten up and give me trouble. In the other wing, I've set my tape measure up to tell me where the spar is, so I can take some measurements on this wing. And I've had my little device where I can look down into that spar and take a look at a borescope, so I could look inside, make sure that the space is clear, and that I actually have those little holes that I can use to access when I run the wire down here to this magnetometer. Now this is going to have to, I'm going to cut a hole underneath the wing. It's going to be 4 inches wide, about 6 inches long. That gives me enough for the flange it has to go around so it screws in. But then this thing, to set it level, I've got to bring it back up to an angle, about like so, which I've got enough room inside of there. So at the back side, it's going to sit. Well, if it's the front side, it's going to have to be lifted up, because on the bottom side of the wing, that angle looks completely different. But I've been told the plug needs to be at the front. This needs to be setting in this configuration to get correct readings. And I'm far enough away from any of the metal in the wing or moving parts of the aileron or the gear that I should get no interference for that magnetometer. Of course, the other item that's going to get mounted here that I'm going to start making measurements for is the 60-degree angle on the leading edge there, and then drill the hole that I'll use for mounting the angle of attack indicator, because that kit that's used for the RB12 is going to get mounted there. So I'm going to call that a pretty successful day's worth of work on the plane. Might take a couple more measurements, mark some things, but going to head home and then get ready to do some more work this coming Thursday as well as the weekend. So BD5 Pilots out. Everyone have a great week.